Oh, that was a bit of an effort. They got a new dock in here now, which is nice for loading up the boats. But we're all loaded up. And it's the start of a 2-weeker. I've been looking forward to this, although it's pretty hot right in the distance, so you can see the 2 aerators going, but I think they're hitting 30 plus degrees every day. So got to make my way over to that point over there, sort of centre of the picture, and try and find a place to set up in the shade. But yeah, pleased to be here. It's looking good. It's been fishing steady, obviously because of the temperatures, mainly in the evening and the morning. I was just talking to a couple of German guys leaving. But yeah, looking forward to this. Right, let's get on our way and get myself set up. Oh, it's about 11 o'clock in the morning now, and I've unloaded the boats. Got my kit all plonked in the shade under the tree. Quite a bit of kit as well. I'm sweating. Got to be comfortable. I'm here for 2 weeks, so I want to make sure I'm nice and comfortable, enjoy it without suffering or struggling in any way. But yeah, it's looking beautiful. Really good to be here. Glad to be back. My 3rd go at it now, and although I've caught quite a few fish over 40 pound, I'm yet to get in amongst any of the big ones, and there's plenty of them in here as well. A lot over 25 kilo, up to over 80 pound in fact. So give it a good go. I've got plenty of time on my hands. I've been here twice before, and I've fished literally in the swim just through on the other side. This is the point I'm on here, just through the other side of the point there, where that worn away ground is. I've fished there the last 2 times. It was a good swim to be able to see the entire lake from. So I've learnt and gleaned as much as I could on those 2 visits, and although not the most pleasant time to come carp angling, middle of August, 30 degrees every day, etc., it fished really well on the entrance into this bay that goes on down to the left there quite a way, back down where the loading dock is. You can just make that out through the trees there, and it goes on down into a load of snags. I spoke to a couple of locals, and they said that they've been fishing off of these 2 swims just down here, 18 and 19, and been fishing them regularly for a few years, and had great catches each time. So, and there was also a Dutch guy fishing in this swim last time, and he done really well. I'm not sure the numbers of fish he had, but it was easily 30 plus fish. 3 weeks ago, 2 German guys off a peg 16, which is that one, and peg 17, which is this one. Between them done 105 carp. Not sure about the size, but most of the fish you catch in here, well, most of the fish I've caught in here, I should say, and what I've seen, have sort of been sort of low mid-20s upwards. So I should imagine they had a few good ones in amongst that lot. But incidentally, a lad I've met from Germany in the past, he's actually coming down on the 2nd week to fish in the swim next door, so I'll have a bit of company for the 2nd week, which will be nice. But yeah, a lot of work to do now getting set up. I'm just going to take my time because it's already boiling, and yeah, this is what it's all about. Wow, that's a picture, isn't it? What a beautiful morning. I've had a bite this morning, common, just under 35 pound, probably about half hour ago, and there's been a few more signs this morning. I've actually seen a few this morning, not many, 7 or 8 fish sort of darted around over this area in front of me, to in fact right the way across. So they seem quite spread out, but yeah, it's nice to see a bit of movement and get another bite. It's going to be hot again, well, hot all week till Saturday, but there's still fish coming out. There's been a few good ones out, so just got to keep plugging away, and hopefully we'll get some more action. But this is lovely. What a place. Oh, here we are. This is the fish I mentioned earlier. Nice, clean, healthy looking common of just under 35 pounds. Whoop. Not a bad way to start the day. Steady, I'm going to have a quick look at you and you can go back. Not putting a lot of bait out or anything yet, just trying to establish what's going on. There's not a lot getting caught. One more quick look. But yeah, that's not too bad. We'll put her straight back. That's nice. Well, it's Tuesday morning now, and it's been a quiet night. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning now, and been up for an hour or so. I haven't had a bite on the previous couple of mornings, kind of anticipating that, but it seems very quiet this morning. Beautiful morning, but not a lot of fish showing or anything. Well, I've seen one this morning since I've been up. It does seem very quiet. And we've got these hot days now till I think Friday. Thursday and Friday are the hottest days, and temperatures in the high 30s for those 2 days. And looks like a complete change come Saturday. At the minute the wind is sort of northeasterly, and it's been set up for the last few days and up to indeed Saturday, and then it changes round to the south with some potential showers and cloud and more suitable conditions for a bit of carp angling. So we may have to keep scratching for a bite, keep trying, and hopefully when the conditions change it'll improve things for us. I mean, there's the odd fish coming out, but you know, no one's sort of having it away or getting loads of bites. It was just the conditions, I think. We'll keep trying and see if we can get a couple of more bites before then. It's very nice. It's Wednesday morning now, and things have been a bit slow, but for what's in here, it's a pretty well stocked lake. A lot of good ones in here as well, but overall pretty slow. But had a couple of bites this morning, and this is the best of them. A nice clean common. Slowly. I had a bite about 5 o'clock, and yeah, I had a bite about 5 o'clock, and sorted myself out, and yeah, as it started to get light, the sun came up over the back there, and I had this one. I've seen a couple as well this morning, so I mean, I have in previous mornings I had a chance up to about 10, I think, so, but this one was just a little scratch under £40. Lively. But yeah, scratch under £40. Couldn't quite call it, but the biggest one of the trip so far, and a nice handsome one at that. I'll have a quick look at the other side. But yeah, it's not been fishing great. There's one Dutch guy just along the bank there who's probably done the best this week so far. I think he's probably had about 13 or 14 carp, something like that. A couple of good ones as well. But generally across the rest of the lake it's a bite or two in a 24-hour period. We'll get the weather change this promised in the next couple of days. That might change the way these fish are behaving. Let's hope so anyway. But we'll have a quick look at this side now. Super clean fish in here, really nice. Real mixed bag as well. Yeah. That's nice, isn't it? Happy to catch a fish like this, that's for sure. Anyway, we'll get her back now. Hey, nice. Steady on, girl. Lovely. Back she goes. Ready to go. That's a nice girl. That's lovely. Wednesday evening now, and it's been another scorching day. It's day after day at the minute, been brutally hot, and although the morning started off quite well, and I thought maybe get a couple of chances today. Oh well, I had 2 bites early on, and there was a few more fish showing, and it was looking pretty good really for maybe another chance. But as the sun come up, as it does, it got hotter and hotter, and sort of by 9 o'clock I'd retreated up underneath the trees, and that's where I spent the day. I've not long done the rods now. I'm still moving things about a bit. I've got 2 rods on spots I've had some action from, but yeah, it's very sort of intermittent and patchy. No more rhyme or reason to anything yet so far. You know, no bait or spot is sort of standing out at the minute, so just keep going through the motions and wait for this weather to break. A couple of more days, And then we get some nice unsettled stuff. And more importantly, much cooler temperatures. So yeah, a couple of bites a morning. It's steady. And plenty of time left to catch some more. Oh, it's now Friday morning. Yesterday was pretty quiet. Just had one fish in the morning, a low 20, and the rest of the day was totally uneventful. There was nothing showing. It got really hot. It was the hottest day, and again it's supposed to be hot as that today too. But yeah, it's not been so bad this morning. I've had 3 fish this morning, 3 30-pounders, and seen a few this morning as well, so it was a bit of a better morning. I mean, it was still dark, and I had these fish, and they all pretty much come within about 45 minutes of each other. I'll just put them back. But today is the last of the really hot days, and tomorrow, Saturday, is a little cooler, and then Sunday we get some proper carpy weather. It's been a tough old week sitting out in this heat, but I'm catching a few fish. I think I've had 10 or 11 now, and yeah, under the circumstances it's not been too bad. The only real quiet day was Monday. I didn't catch anything at all sort of throughout Monday morning and evening, but I've had some chances every other day, so it's not been too bad. Maybe the second week will produce some better results if we get this weather that's coming, as I could really use a break from this heat. Well, that's where we are at the minute. Another beautiful morning. This is going to turn into a roasting hot day. I'm off down the shops later to restock, get some more food. But yeah, plenty of time left yet, and hopefully a few more chances. Okay, it's Wednesday morning. Okay, it's Friday morning, and saw a few fish about this morning, so I hung about for a bit and was off to the shops, and I'm glad I did, because I've had a couple more chances, and just had my first fish over 40 pound, just a few ounces, but look at him. Happy to get that. It's been a pretty tough week. I think I've had 12-13 carp, and this is the biggest one. Finally cracked the 40 pound mark, which I'm really happy about. And we'll have a quick look around the other side, because it is hot. We'll get her back. There we go. Look at that one. That's better. That'll do. Hopefully we can start getting some better ones now. Let's get her back. Lovely. Real chunky fish, this one. Real chunkster. That'll do, won't it? Just let her go. Friday evening now. Normally the last night of a trip, but I'm here for another week yet. What a lovely evening. But it's been so hot today. I mean, unbelievably hot again. And unsurprisingly, I haven't seen any fish since this morning. But it was pretty identical to yesterday's weather, and what's happening regarding the fish's movement seems to be the same. So I had a good night last night, 5 bites altogether, and 4 in the net, and finally managed to get one over 40 pound, just over, a couple of ounces over. But yeah, pleased to get that. Decent one. But yeah, going into the last night of the first week, I'm feeling fairly optimistic. Spent a lot of time up early in the morning, late at night, trying to figure out how they're moving about, and possibly figured it out a bit, because they're not really showing much. So it's quite difficult to work out, but I think I'm finally homing in on them anyway. So we'll see what we get tonight or in the morning. It's Saturday morning now. It's the end of the first week. It's a different morning this morning. It's been a lot quieter. I had a couple of bites, one at 5 and one at 5:30. A low 20 mirror, and then after that a 35 pound common. But it's been a lot quieter, far less showing than there was yesterday morning. But still a steady couple of bites. As long as I can keep getting a few bites, there's a chance of a good one. We've got a complete weather change coming in tonight, compared to what we've had all week, just blazing hot, and got hotter and hotter, especially Thursday and Friday yesterday. But today is supposed to be a little cooler, and this evening we got some cloud, rain, thunderstorms, all the good stuff for carp fishing forecast. Nice Saturday morning, and had a couple of bites this morning. Started off with a 22 pound mirror, and then a 35 pound common, and then I've just had this one, 28 pound, but it's one of the more sort of striking looking ones that I've had. I think this is my 15th carp now for the week, going into the second week. I'm hoping that I got a couple of spots identified and maybe start getting some of the bigger ones that are in here. But happy with that this morning. Third bite of the morning, so nice and steady. Let's put this one back. Go back this one. I won't keep him for long. But yeah, that'll do. Lovely. Just try for another. It just doesn't stop. But there we go. 35 pounds. Oop, gonna go again. A nice, clean Gaulois common. I do. And had no hectic action, just steady. Couple of bites a day averagely, like, but yeah, it's steady. The weather's turned now though. We're supposed to get some rain, we've got decent wind on. The conditions are much more favourable now for a bit of carp fishing. But, super clean this common. Just need to have one more quick look before we put her back. Well, that'll do. Happy days. Let's get her back. Second, and you can go back. Here we go. Wonderful. Well, what a difference a day makes. It's a bit more like it. Can actually breathe now from all that hot weather we've had, but yeah, the weather has changed completely now, and we've got some heavy showers coming through, thunderstorms, and a good covering of cloud. So hopefully this will get them stirred up, and we can get into some of them better ones. But had 3 bites this morning, so pretty consistent with what's been happening on the previous week, but I knew these condition changes were coming today, and yeah, they're definitely here, so hopefully we'll get a bit more going. But for now I'm going to go and sit back in the dry. And see what happens. Okay. Well, it's now Monday morning, and managed to get 4 bites in the night. And this was the first one, and they had some 41-pound mirror. But yeah, we've had a significant weather change now. We've had torrential downpours, proper full-on thunder storms and lightning, and a good bit of wind as well. Certainly seems to have got the fish active, but yeah, let's have a look at this one. It's a nice fish. There's a nice one. He's grunting. I can have a look at you in a sec, but there we go. Yeah, 41 pound. Of nice Gaulois mirror. Whoop. Certainly a bit lively, but yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Gonna be happy with that. Wonderful. Oh. Not really baiting heavy still. Excuse me. Not really baiting heavy still. Oh, and then we gotta go. Drop that one. Okay, so Monday morning, and after a better night's fishing with the weather change, started off with a 41 pounder which I just put back, and then had a 37 pound mirror, and then this wonderful creature, which is still very lively. But yeah, a whopping 56 pounds. Look at that. That'll do. Lovely scaling round the wrist. A real solid chunk of a fish. Happy to get one at last. After 8 days of sitting through all that really hot weather and struggling for bites, really, I ended up with 15 carp, I think, for the first part of the week while in those 8 days in that hot weather. And yeah, since it's changed, shows my fortune. And been having some steady bites now, so let's get him over. A big old lump. Yeah, he's lovely. He's lovely. Okay. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, they're lively, aren't they? They're so lively. Whew. But yeah, I've been up since 10 to 3. That's when the bites and that are from about 3 o'clock through till 6:30. It's the best time. Getting caught up in the sling now. Let's have a proper look at you. Oh my word, yeah. Look at him. That's one chunky mirror. Lovely, really pleased to catch it. Still plenty of time left yet as well. But let's get this one back. Let's put this amazing creature back. Thank you for coming to visit. After a string of smaller ones. It's great to get this one. Let's have one last look at you. Yeah, check that out. Let's let her go. Magic. Magic. Right. Still Monday afternoon. That'll be past 3 o'clock now. Not quite sure what the time is. I've been sort of busy prepping for the night, getting the baits and rigs and whatnot sorted out, turning fresh rigs up and that, and yeah, kind of take out of the blue. First one I've had in the proper day, and it's another pretty nice mirror at £41. And he's quite a nice looker as well. Got loads of little pen type scales down on the rest of his tail. But let's have a look at him. There we go. Not bad. Take that for a Monday afternoon. Nice fish. Have a quick look at the other side and then we'll get her back. Yeah, I'm not still fishing for bites. I haven't put much bait out at all, and just been fishing for bites. Probably like about a pound of bait at a time. Sort of try putting a bit of bait out on one area earlier on in this session, and well, it didn't provide me with anything. But as I've knocked all the bait in on the head and just gone down with small bits, the action's picking up. But that'll do, wouldn't it? £41. Let's get her back. Well, today was a bit more like it. I had 6 bites from this morning and this afternoon, and some better fish as well. Seems to be a few better ones showing last night, and I was fairly optimistic that if I was going to get any bites I might pick up a better one or two. And yeah, we did, luckily, which was nice. Could have done with those conditions staying on for a bit longer, but it's going to be a little more settled tomorrow, and then the remaining 3 days are going to be unsettled again, thunderstormy and windy and that. So there might be a little bit of a lull in things. It's going to be around about 29-30 degrees again tomorrow, so there might be a bit of a lull in the action, but the last 24 hours weather certainly wouldn't have done it any harm. Still got a couple of nights left, well, a few nights left yet actually, so let's see what occurs. Tuesday afternoon now, well, tea time kind of thing, about 4 o'clock. It's been a very quiet day, well, in fact a quiet night. I just one fish last night about 1:30 in the morning, a mid-30 mirror, and yeah, it just went quiet all round. It was a surprise really, because we'd had really good conditions and lots of rain and wind and thunder and the rest of it, and thought it would pick things up, but we've had a bit of a lull in conditions today. It's not as warm as it has been, but it's still pretty warm. We've got a load more unsettled weather and that coming in tonight about 9 o'clock, and that stays in then for the last 3 days, so I'm kind of hopeful for some more action. Literally no one's been catching. It's just been very quiet. I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, it's time to get a bit of prep done and get myself ready for the evening. But nice place this. Some lovely fish in here as well. A real mixed bag, and some real good ones too. Hopefully we'll get into some better ones in these next 3 days. But as it is, it's been not bad on the fishing. I've had 25 or 26 carp now, and under the circumstances it's not been too bad. And we just keep plugging away, keep trying, and see if we can catch another one of these good ones out of here before we go. Now we're back to the good stuff again. It's been a hot day again today, a bit of a blip in the condition change we've had after all those hot days. Yeah, it went hot again today, up to 30 degrees, but not as brutal as it has been. So we're literally about 20 minutes into this rain now, and it definitely got a response out of the fish last time. So now Tuesday evening, it's got 4 nights remaining now. Hopefully we'll get to net another 1 or 2 of these good ones in there, but keep plugging away. Just moments later, got a proper storm going now, thunder and lightning. This should get things stirred up nicely. Look at that. It's just gone into dark now after that crazy storm really come galloping through, whipping up the winds, torrential rain, lots of thunder and lightning, which is still going on in the background, and really stirred it up. We just knew it was good for it, and literally just as we were coming into dark, I had a couple of what I thought were probably liners. Fish down on the spot. Oh, there you go, lightning then, and it was away anyway. Really lively. First fish of the night. I'm hoping there's going to be more, of course, but first fish of the night. And I've got a nice 42 pounder. Real clean fish as well, lovely. Hope he'll behave. We can have a nice look at that creature. Look at him. He looks handsome, doesn't he? Yeah. That's what I like to do. Great class. Catching fish like this, there's nothing else like it. Alright. Let's turn it around. Have a quick look at this other side now. And get her back. But, yeah. Nice fish, this one. Raw. Nice. Look at them. God, they're so strong. Yeah, that'll do. Happy with that. Yeah, lovely fish. 42 pounds. 4 nights to go. Let's put her back. Well, it's now Wednesday dinner time, and things have calmed down a little bit. There's a brief respite in the unsettled weather we're having. It's going to come back around about tea time. More thunderstorms and rain, but it does get the fish going. I had a 4 last night, a 20, a couple of 30s, and a 42 pounder. But as soon as it settles down and the sun comes back out, the fish seem to shut up shop. Nothing showing. But the weather is set to return around tea time. There's more rain, thunderstorms forecast for later. But it's nowhere near as warm today in this sunshine, nowhere near. It's probably in the low 20s, I would imagine. It did go back up to about 30 degrees yesterday. It just felt uncomfortable a little bit in the afternoon, but yeah, it's much nicer today, much more bearable. And still got 3 nights to go, and going to keep plugging away. I think I've got a spot where I'm getting regular bites off, and that's the only rod this ain't now. With the others, you're kind of chasing bites. You get a bite from a spot, put it back, and you won't get another bite, so move it about and sort of picking up fish that way as well. But yeah, it's looking good. I'm sure there's more chances to be had yet. We'll see how we get on later. It's still not heavy, putting much bait in or anything, and it's literally a bite at a time, about a pound of bait or so. That seems to be the winning tactic for this session. I think I said earlier, I have tried earlier on in the session, got a couple of bites from an area and tried to introduce a bit of bait, and that just closed it down, shut it down, and didn't get no more action from that area. So I've just continued to fish for a bite, basically. As long as we're getting 1 or 2, it doesn't really matter how we get them. But yeah, thoroughly enjoying myself, and well, as I always do when I go fishing. We're going into Thursday night now, last couple of nights of this trip. Got some decent conditions on at the minute, but it's been a very quiet day. I had 3 carp overnight. I think I had a 35 and a 37 pound common and a smaller mirror. But I didn't put the rods back out. I was pretty tired. I've been sort of getting up really early most mornings and staying up kind of thing, and yeah, I got tired out a bit, so I didn't put the rods back out last night and got a good night's sleep. But I've seen a couple this evening, albeit sort of 150, 200 metres sort of straight out in front. It's still a bit of activity, which is always a good sign. And this swim I'm on is a bit of a point. Sort of going back round to the left there into that bay. There's literally swims just there, fishing off of this point, and the same round this side. And we're going back down the point a bit now and swimming there, which I fished before. But yeah, it's got quite a lot of water, this swim, so it's always going to be a good option, I think, because you've got this open water area round in front. Narrows off a bit there because it's sort of 50-50 with the swim over there by the house, but then you can fish right the way over to that margin. There's a couple of sort of yellow marker boards that denote the area you can fish to, but it's a good swim to fish. I'd like to come back here at a different time of year, maybe October, and fish off of here. I think that would be a good one, but you never know. If the fish ain't there, the fish ain't there. Only a good swim if the fish are there. But yeah, optimistic for some chances tonight as ever, and I'll definitely be putting them back out if I do get any. So here we are, last day. At 1 o'clock now, and had another 4 fish in the night, up to 41 pound. In fact, the bulk of the fish that I've caught, I've had 34, 35 carp now, and the majority of them have been between 35 and 41 pound. A couple of 20s and one good one I had earlier on in the trip. I mean, it is August and you would expect a lot of those big 30s to be 40 pounders later on in the year, you know, making it quite a stocking of good fish to go out. But, yeah, we've got a nice wind on, seen a few fish about, a few real close in, so I've moved one of the rods just about 30 metres out of the edge of the drop off from the shallow water that goes out about 25 metres and then drops down to 5-6 foot. Try down there today, but pretty much all the bites have been at night, ranging from sort of 1:30 in the morning through till 6:30 is sort of the typical time. But I have managed to catch every night, so I think maybe bar one actually early on, but yeah, it's been alright. It's been steady. I mean, most of the fish I caught, but like I said, it's been late at night, so I haven't really bothered filming them much. You know, 30 pounders, nice fish and that, and get a good fight out of them too, but yeah, middle of the night I just want to get back in the bag and back to sleep. I'm confident of some more chances tonight. I mean, it looks good today for a bite. It's not as hot. There's a good wind on. I've seen fish. There's a bit of cloud cover coming from that way, the west, which is where the wind's coming from. So, you know, it's nice to see that they're a little more active today. So it was a good sign. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's, as it always does when you get to the last day, it's gone quick. It's all over. Back home and back to work. Be nice to see the missus, but yeah, coming over here on these trips has a real pull on me, and I enjoy it so much. And I'll be back out here at the end of October with a couple of mates on a bit of a social one. Yeah, it's been strange fishing. I've only had one spot where I've caught consistently from. Other spots you pick a bite or two up and then that's it. Start, you know, moving it about a bit further out, a bit closer or whatever. And a lot of the bites that I've picked up on the other 3 rods have been just doing that. Small bits of bait enough for a bite. But that in itself has been pretty consistent as well. But overall, yeah, happy to get a good net of here. I've been here a couple of times before, so it was nice to get a 50 pounder out of here. And I'm booked to return next August. Fish right up in the distance and crashed. But yeah, see if we can get a better one tonight. Last night. Okay, so it's Friday tea time, the last day, and we just had a bit of rough weather come through, and I didn't have any rods out at the time, so I saw a couple of fish at about 100 metres and decided to put one of them up there, and I had a scraper 30 mirror first of all, and then I've just had this wonderful looking common, 42 pounds. I've had a lot of fish now, but thank you. I haven't really bothered videoing them. A lot of sort of mid, upper 30s and a couple of scraper 40s and that, and it's all 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, so just wanted to go back to bed rather than set things up for filming. But Fortunate enough to get one on the last day in what remains of the evening sunshine, and I'm sure you'll agree that's a lovely looking carp. That is a lovely looking carp, and I'm really pleased to catch that right at the end of the day, and this thing just fought like you wouldn't believe. That's wonderful. I'm really happy with him. He's in pretty good nick. He ain't got no anal fin, but yeah, he's a handsome boy. Happy with that. Let's have a look at the other side. Yeah, I think I've had 35, 36, maybe even 37 carp now. And the majority of them, apart from a couple of 20s, or about 5 20s and one 50 pounder, they've all been between sort of 35 and 41, 42 pounds. Have a last look at you, and then we can get you back. Yeah, wonderful way to round the day out. I'll have to round the trip out even. If I don't get any more, I won't be disappointed. That's a cracking carp. We'll get her back now. Come in, you can go now. You're ready to go, ain't you? Right, there we go. One angry fish, ready to go back. There you go. Okay, that's turned out to be quite a nice evening. Not long had that 42 pound common, and went back out there, and I don't know, it's only just got dark now, but had another take pretty quickly, and we got ourselves another 40 pound common. Hopefully, we'll have a quick look at you, and then before the rain comes, not quite. But yeah, here we go. Just over 40 pounds. Second 40 pound common in a row. That's not bad at all, is it? Lovely looking fish. That'll do. I'll just give her a quick turn round. Okay, we'll have a look at the other side now. And we can get her back. Starting to rain again, so I don't want to be too long. But yeah, I've had 4 bites this evening, and let's say the 30 pound mirror, a 42 pound common, this lovely looking 40 pound common, really clean. Oh, look at that. That'll do, wouldn't it? What a nice way to finish up. But as we were saying, we have had the 4th bite, and we've got a bigger fish in this thing to have a look at in a sec. But I might just hang fire with this bit of rain. But yeah, amazing fishing this. Alright, and this is the fourth fish of that little series of bites. And the third 40 pounder in a row. And this time we got a mirror. And it's a nice one as well. And this one, I'm going to try and get it done before this rain gets too heavy. But this one come out at £47.12. What a way to finish a fantastic week's fishing on this wonderful venue. I mean, look at that. That's lovely, isn't it? What a creature. What a creature. I really couldn't be happier. £47, 12 ounces. A fine all night mirror. Let's give her a quick spin round. And we'll get you back. Yeah, I think we're just about on 40 carp now. I think this is the 7th 40, and we've managed one of the 50s as well. So overall, it's been a really good session. We'll have a quick look at this side now. Oh, look at that! Look at that! That'll do. Hey. Oh, I made out with that. Let's get her back. Wonderful fishing, wonderful fishing.